How's it going, Brez? My name is PewDiePie! Wait, I'm not PewDiePie. Alright, let's give this video the proper intro it deserves. What's up, my fellow Warwick birds? AK the War Eagle's back with another video. This time, we're gonna have a discussion on the viability of helicopters in the game. Such as, are they even worth it anymore? Or, what's the deal with them? Now, this video I recorded on my PC, and was able to transfer it over to my PlayStation in order to edit the software. So hopefully in future videos I'll have better quality, especially when I'm able to play it on the PC. So, helicopters. Are they even viable anymore? With the recent update, they've added so many anti-aircraft systems. They've added the ADATs for US, Tunguska, although that was in the update prior to the last one. They've added whatever the heck Germany has. They added the Roland 1, I believe that's for France, and British got the Stormer. The Italians still have the automatic, but that's a 75mm cannon. Do they really need anything else? I think Japan is the only one still hasn't got a proper anti-aircraft system. But all these anti-aircraft systems have pretty much made helicopters almost useless, because they would just shoot you down in your spawn, to the point where Gaijin even made helicopters have to take off from the ground as opposed to getting an air spawn. And then, even then, you just have to like fly really low and just pray that you avoid their radar and missiles. And that's exactly what I'm doing here on Sinai. I'm having to stay low and hide behind rocks, which, yes, in real life that's how helicopters work. But not every map you're able to do that on. There are very few maps where you can even use a helicopter to this advantage. Hiding behind trees is not an easy task. Even on this style of map, where you've got giant rocks that you can hide behind, it's not an easy task to do. In fact, right about here, I'm about to dodge a missile. I'm just having to hide behind this rock and wait for the anti-aircraft system that initially fired on me to just kind of forget about me for a minute. So, yeah, after waiting for a minute, I proceed to just kind of continue to creep over, staying low and slow, hiding behind rocks, trying to get to the other side. Alright, so now if you can get to this spot without getting shot down, one, that's a miracle. Two, you can actually get quite a few kills here, as you'll see in this clip. Now, as I stated though, the problem is just getting to these spots. Not every map has hiding spots for helicopters like this. So I'm just scanning around looking for enemy targets. And there's the first one. Tow missiles out. And connected. And target down. So I began looking around for another one.
Most of the strategic zones are captured.
Thanks to my teammates for lighting that guy up. And Leopard down. So, pretty much at this point, this little area is secured. But like I said, the problem with this is, not every map we're able to do this on. Most maps are flat terrain, have maybe some minor hills, and at best you got trees. So you can't even really effectively use a helicopter on those maps. because you have to stay so low that you can't even really see the enemy. And if you get close enough, you're just going to get sniped by the helicopter, or even other tanks, or the AA systems. And then let's talk about the grind for helicopters. You don't get your first helicopter until you reach rank 5 in either tanks or aircrafts for said nation, unless you buy the premium helicopter. Your first helicopter is also going to be pretty useless. Most of the first helicopters do not have any tow missiles. For example, the Americans get the AH-1G, which, starting out, you only get about, like, I think it's 20 or so rockets. You can't do anything with that in Tank RB. Especially now that they've added these new anti-aircraft systems. So, what's the point in playing a helicopter? To go play, what is it, Enduring Confrontation and just play helicopters only? That takes forever just to grind to the next helicopter. And then for America, the next helicopters you get are these Hueys, which, you know, they can barely do anything. Sure, they've got some weapons, but they're utility helicopters. They're not designed for full-fledged combat like the Cobras. So, what's the deal? How can we combat this? Well, really, we can't. Gaijin is the one that's going to have to start updating aircrafts and things of that nature in order to add more advanced weaponry to be able to combat the anti-aircraft systems. The best option right now is anti-radiation missiles, such as the HARMs. But we can't have those yet because aircraft have not been leveled up to a reasonable tech level. We're still stuck in late Korea, early Vietnam for aircraft. So we can't have these fancy missiles to be able to shoot down anti-air systems. And I have stated this in many of my live streams. Part of the problem is aircraft is so far technically behind tanks, and now even way further behind because of the anti-aircraft systems, that there's really just almost no point in flying these things. So, until Gaijin learns we need to catch aircraft up, there's really just no point in it. Sure, you can have just a few matches, like what I'm doing here. I managed to get 3 kills in this match. You're about to see the 3rd kill right here. I spot this guy way off in the distance. Kapow. First hit. And kapow, second hit. So yeah, what I'm showing you though is not the norm. It's an exception. Now, I understand prior to all the AA systems, you know, helicopters would have ruled the skies at this VR. But that's the point. They're supposed to be able to. Aircraft are the ones that are supposed to be going in and taking these things out. Maybe even other helicopters. But also, prior to the AA systems, helicopters had to be earned. You couldn't just go in and spawn with a helicopter right off the bat. Unless you had just low-level rockets, in which point you would fly over the airfield and just get shot up by all the machine guns and AA systems. Now it's even harder. Helicopters are not supposed to be just a novelty. They're supposed to be part of the game experience. It needs to be a weird little paper, rock, scissors kind of thing. And right now, paper is absolutely crushing rock. And scissors. Here's another little helicopter that I'm just trying to shoot down. Failing miserably though, because, you know, just too far out. So what can we do to fix this? One, we can keep the spawn points for helicopters as they are. Two, we can make the spawn points for the AA systems higher than they currently are. Because helicopters are just going to get shot down easy peasy. The AA systems, they just sit at the back and just wreak havoc on the air. Third, we can stop focusing so much on tanks and focus more on air to get air tech up to a reasonable level to where we can at least have anti-radiation missiles to be able to shoot down the anti-air systems. And yes, even helicopters can carry them. There's a couple of missiles that helicopters are able to carry that are anti-radiation. So why haven't they been added yet? That would be an easy solution. Therefore turning helicopters and AA into a cat and mouse game. So yeah, this match is just about over. So I'm just kind of going out, just having fun. All the anti-airs are down. The one radar that I'm picking up as a friendly, so I'm not too worried about it. But, of course, here in a second, a Stormer decides to just, you know, ruin the entire recording and just shoot me down, because, obviously, he just couldn't shoot anybody else. So yeah, if you like what you saw, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Join Discord. Let me know what you think in the comments about the subject. And as always, I hope you enjoyed.